10-day decade. Journal entry. Strange thing, reading those first 10 days back to back. The ship's voice runs steady, like it doesn't care about what it's reporting, even as the signals grow stranger. Flickering corridors, pressure tones drifting through bulkheads, code strings in the console repeating like someone tapping a finger on glass. Every day archived without label, as though labels would make no difference. I listened late last night, headphones on, out in the garage while the boys were upstairs playing some shooter game together. My wife had already gone to bed after a lunch shift. I sat in the glow of the receiver lights, notebooks open, jotting down the rhythm of the logs. 25 seconds between pulses. 11 seconds of tone. 23. 22. The numbers shrink and climb like the tide. It felt almost like listening to a heartbeat that doesn't belong to anything living. Out here on Earth the air is heavy with heat again. News says July was the hottest month ever measured, again. The ridge in the log climbs 2 degrees, drops 4, and stabilizes. Here the house warms in waves, the old window unit buzzes in the night, overworked. The students joke in class about global frying, but I see them wipe their foreheads when the aircon stalls, their pens sticking to paper. The code sequences unsettle me most. Day 4, 3 repeats. Day 6, 5 repeats. Day 7, 6 repeats. By day 10 they grow in length. It's a count. A tally. Like something keeping track not of them, but of us listening. I caught myself checking my console for phantom messages, as though my battered kit here might echo the ships. Silly, I know. Still, I double-checked the filters. Maintenance units in the log keep reporting no source found. That phrase could just as well apply to me. The lads and colleagues shrug when I mention the signals. To them, it's either static or me being eccentric again. At dinner last night, I tried telling the boys about the pressure-based hum moving through compartments. They just laughed, said it sounded like Among Us venting noises. I laughed too, but inside I thought, they don't realize I might be listening to something no one else hears. The unidentified object, the one closing from 1,000,000 kilometers down to 5,000, only to drift off again, was it debris, as the ship assumed, or was it testing approach and retreat? Like a cat circling. The relief in day 10, when they decide to hold course, feels forced. They want to believe it's just rock, the same way my colleagues want to believe my signal is just interference. Easier that way. On day 9, the ship institutes a reduced activity period. 48 hours of low exertion, like a vessel-wide breath hold. I couldn't help comparing it to our own society pausing for rolling blackouts when the grid falters. Systems strained, energy rerouted. The logs make it sound routine, clinical. But a ship drifting silent, crew ordered to do nothing while unseen systems pulse and code repeat on the console, that is a kind of waiting I wouldn't wish on anyone. The hum evolving into a pulse, syncing with ridge temperatures and background radiation, it reads like entrainment, as though the ship itself is being played like an instrument. External and internal anomalies locking into rhythm. Here on Earth, fires in the Mediterranean and floods in China mark their own pulse, tying distant regions into one strange beat. That's the parallel I can't shake, resonant across systems once thought separate. The pressure-based tone is the other thread. It began as 11 seconds in length, then became a faint irregularity, and by day 10 it has grown into a steady hum. Something is taking hold, claiming bandwidth in the ship's structure. I thought about the old radiators in my childhood home in Gothenburg, how they would fill the night with long moans, pressure wandering through pipes. But that was just metal and steam. This is language disguised as atmosphere. So I sit here, headphones on, scribbling by the light of a desk lamp, while the rest of the family sleeps. In the log, they know their colony site. In my garage, I sit in a heatwave, windows open, mosquitoes buzzing. The receiver hums. The 10 days close. And I am left with the thought, maybe this ship isn't just reporting. Maybe it is teaching me how to listen. End of journal.